will be installing these two items on my 2014 Subaru WRX. Got a pair and pitch stop mount and a Grimspeed ceramic coated divorced downpipe that we'll be putting in my Subaru today. Alright, in order to get access to the pitch stop mount, you got to take off the top mount intercooler. So you got to remove this bolt right here. You have to remove this air hose that goes to the recirc valve. Then you also have to remove this air hose that goes here to the recirc valve. Then over on the other side, we have these two bolts that we have to take off in order to remove the intercooler. And also, you have another screw clamp that's holding the throttle body to the intercooler, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little screw head down there to loosen up the hose clamp with. And then in turn we'll take out this top mount intercooler, but we're gonna have to wiggle it in order to get it off, and I'm doing this by myself. Alright, so I finally got the top mount intercooler off after finagling and putting some force behind it, but everything's alright. So this is the piece we're gonna be replacing today, and we're gonna be putting this bad boy in there. And as you can tell, this is a lot more beefy than what this stinky stock one looks like, and supposedly this is just made out of plastic and rubber too, so we'll find out. Alright guys, now we're at the stage of starting the downpipe. So I am removing this heat shield right here. You've got those two bolts down there at the bottom that you can kind of see sticking out a little bit. There's one up here. There's one right here. There's one underneath that guy, way at the bottom. There's that guy there. And then you also have another one underneath that guy. And then you have one hiding underneath the intercooler right here. So if I remember right, 2, 4, 6, 7, 10 millimeter bolts total you gotta do to take off of this upper heat shield off of the turbo. Once we get that, then I'll get the car up in the air and we'll start taking off some other nuts and bolts to get the stock downpipe off. Alright, here's today's little shop helper. He's been doing nothing but whining and getting in my way since I brought him out here. But we finally have the downpipe out after fighting these bolts up by the turbo for a little while. And these darn heat shields over here, which were a pain in the butt to get off. But over here, we've got our stock one over here on the left, the aftermarket one on here on the right that I'm gonna put in here in a little bit. As you can tell just by looking at the different bell mounts that meet the turbo, they're quite a bit different. And this stock one is quite a bit heavier than what this aftermarket one is. But not too much. After it fell on my face, I'm doing alright, but we'll get this bad boy here in a little bit and then we'll find out how she sounds. So as you can see here, that's just the back side of the turbo without the downpipe in place. And then I had a little tip hearing about rerouting the O2 sensor connector. So it gets connected right here by a little push clip with a zip tie on it. And then also right up here there's another zip tie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that and then reroute the wire onto the passenger side of the transmission to help get closer to the new location of the O2 sensor.